Okay, Elisabeth, what is your history with Rally Dakar?
This year is 2023 is my 31st Dakar, 31st Dakar. I started in 1990 as journalist, and I worked for a lot of Dakar in Africa, then in South America, and now in Saudi Arabia. But in Saudi Arabia, I started to work with South Racingu. This is the third one with them as Dakar, and I do also the other race. And I continue to be a journalist, but now my job is another. We can say with South Racingu.
Okay, that was my second question. How did you come to South Racingu?
I arrived in South Racingu because I am very friend of Anne-Marie Gerandi, that is the manager, the logistic manager. We worked already together for a lot of years. I know her from 30 years. And she proposed me to the team for a lot of years, but in effect I was busy, we can say, with my journalist job. And then finally she decided to call me in 2019, and I said, okay, we can manage, because you know the 2019 was the last one in Peru. And I said, we will manage, and in 21 I did the first Dakar with them in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, and what's your history of relationship with Thomas? How do you know Thomas?
I know very, very well Thomas from a lot of years, I think more than 20, because when I was in Dakar, I made also 2 Dakars in like a co-driver of a truck. First year with an Iveco, 2004, and 2007 with the MAN. And so he is someone that we used to fight together and against, but we are very friends. And Thomas, as you know, is very famous also for Africa Eco Race, and I work also there. I am the Italian correspondent for Africa Eco Race. And when I started with the South Racingu, they were discussing about a T5, you know, an assistance rapide, they said in French, and they had already one. And when we discussed for a second one, I said, why not try to call Thomas? So I personally called Thomas. I said, do you want to come in Dakar? And he said, but for me, I prefer to go in Africa race, because at that moment in the 2021, it was the same period, January for the 2. And when, in effect, Africa race announced that they decided to cancel the race for this reason, for the COVID, and Dakar continued to be, and so he said, okay, I can come, because I can manage the 2 races. And so he decided to come with us I mean South Racingu, for the first time. And it was very important for us also because, as you know, he has a track that in that moment it was not admitted to Dakar, because he has 19,000 is the cylinder of his track. At the beginning they said not. And we said, okay, but he is here for our assistance, and that is very important. And so we manage for a passport ISO, special passport that give the permission to all the track, also if they have not the good homologation, to race Dakar. And so for this reason, this is the 3rd year that he is with South Racingu.
Okay, and what's his work, what's his position, and how you satisfied with him, with his work?
I tell you a story. We are really satisfied because he is a fighter, and maybe he's not the faster, but it's not important for us that he is faster. For us, it's important that every night he arrived in the bivouac. That is very important for us. And the history is about yesterday, because yesterday the stage was very difficult. Not so long, but very difficult, and a lot of truck stuck in the dunes, and it was very difficult to go out. And I was speaking with my boss, Scott Harburn, and in one moment we realized that in the bivouac, because you know yesterday was a marathon stage, so it was one of the most important stages to have our track in this bivouac. And in one moment we realized that we had no tracks, because everyone was inside the stage. And in a moment we looking with the map, and organization said us, Tomáš Tomeček is here, stuck in the dune. My boss said, sorry, he's a fighter. I'm sure that this evening he will arrive in the bivouac. And in effect, this was the reality.